Oh shit! That's right, we going retro up in this bitch. That's right. Actraiser is an old-ass Enix game. It had a sequel, Actraiser 2. You can actually emulate these or do anything you want. They're on the Wii Store. It's a good game, actually. For its time, it was pretty graphically impressive. Solid platformer and also a sim of sorts. World builder, because basically the whole premise of the game is to go in and rid different lands of monster habitation. Basically, you call it Monster Hunter Light in a certain regard, I guess, with a little bit of like maybe Populous. Anybody remember Populous or something like that? And here we showcase Mode 7 technology, which was big on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It was their big thing, is like, look what we can do. We can scale and swirl at the same time. Music in this game I always liked. I thought it was top-notch. Ha ha ha! Very fluid, moved pretty good. A little sticky now that I play it again, but just because I'm so used to like how other games work. But back in the day, this was smooth as butter. And it was a really, really good game. I know the first one probably didn't sell as well as it should have, but again, platformers were king back in the day, and there was tons of them out there. And Actraiser is just a basic example. There's a little cheat here, tips and tricks. Not really, anybody knows that, but God, I love the music of this game. Even like the introduction sequence, as soon as I fucking started this game up again, it just brought back so many memories of me sitting around this big cabinet television and playing this game for the first time and just being treated to this. And I was like, this game is tits! This game is awesome! I can still play it to this day. Oh, and of course, we have a boss battle. The Centaur. Epic first battle of Actraiser, who just about anybody who played Actraiser or saw anything about Actraiser, this was even in Nintendo Power. This was one of the screenshots. I believe it was one of the first screenshots that you actually got to see of Actraiser. They really wanted to showcase it, and like I said, back in the day, this was graphically impressive. This was, you know, maybe not top-notch of what the system could handle, but definitely for the time, it was a very welcome addition to the platforming library. Fillmore. And now we're going to go into the second part of what this game is all about. Basically, we cleared out one boss monster of Fillmore. And now we're going to go back to our starship. And you can see now, man and woman created. And they look like little blobs of... Actually, they kind of look like sperm. But, yeah. So anyway, and there I am. zirconium. And you can see this is the sim portion of the game, which threw maybe a lot of platforming artists off. But again, it added to the game in its entirety. If this was just a platformer, this game wouldn't be probably half as special as it is. I think old Nintendo junkies and retro gamers can recognize this game for exactly what it is. A game where basically you say, our people have something to say to you, as surprising as that sounds, why don't we go listen to them? Basically you have godlike powers, and you can see a monster den right there. Monsters will constantly attack the town of Fillmore. These are basic monsters, not like the Centaur that we fought just a minute ago. And the whole premise of the game is basically to get Fillmore back on its feet here and then move on and do other lands and bring people, humans, back into power. Because right now, monsters are in power. You can see all our godlike powers here that we can utilize around the map to make positive or negative changes. I'm going to go ahead right now and get rid of these bushes so that people can start building their roads and cohabitating Fillmore. And as the game progresses, basically you build out, branch out, start building roads up, They just learned how to hunt animals. And basically, we're working over here. This is one of our goals. There are lots of monster seals, and you have to guide the people. Oh, look! Oh no! They're taking the people! But we saved them. We saved those ones. Good for us. That bitch! Drop my people! Oh. Those like to set things on fire. And you can see here that the people now have roads over to that monster den and will begin to seal it. Hence, Monster 10 fails to exist. And the people become just a little more safer. Now, after you seal each monster den, you get a special gift. They give you offerings from things that they find in the dens. And if I can remember how to take an offering. Bomb! That's right. And there are other things that you can do other than that. See, they feel presences and things. They feel it's a very interactive game. As in, this person feels the monsters. Little spoiler alert coming up. But seriously, who hasn't played this game that's into like retro platformers and shit? So basically, he's pointing us to this rock here, which he wants us to destroy because he feels an evil presence beneath it. And once you do that... Oh, no! Oh, they drowned. It's very useful to me. They found a magic token to ride the magic bus. Magic bus! The magic bus! Not really. But they found magical fire, which is basically one of my spells, because obviously they can't utilize it. They don't know how. They're not godlike like zirconium here. And they give us 2 as an offering. And of course, they can also acquire skills like now they know how to build bridges. And with the building skills like bridges, you take those to other lands as well. And there are lots of those as well. And once you seal all the monster layers, basically, all hell hits the fan. Yeah, so you find out that actually 2 boss monsters per each area. So Fillmore has 2 boss monsters, even though you initially thought there was 1 boss monster and just a bunch of shitty little monsters that you just had to seal up their dens. And oh no, there's a hole in the ground. That must be where the second boss monster resides. So we're gonna go back up to our sky bridge here, and we're gonna go fight the monsters. Are you ready? Are you ready to rock? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this shit. You see that little Phoenix Island right there? That's pretty shit, huh? That's awesome. Mode 7 again. Of course, Super Nintendo loved overusing Mode 7. I'm not gonna play this whole thing through because obviously, you know, you people want to play this for yourself. So yeah, look, jumping puzzles. You thought Castlevania Gear, you know, Clock Tower is the only thing that had jumping puzzles? Yeah, okay, whatever. These aren't tricky jumps, obviously. But again, it just adds variety and depth to everything, which is always a nice pace. Kill that gigantic maggot. Oh, I fell. And of course, the faces on the wall like to spat giant red bouncy balls at me, which hurt. Ouch. I'm down to 1 bar of health. That's not good. I don't want to start this shit over. But I am treated up here. To full health, which obviously help, especially when I get hit in the head with spikes, because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing and just want to get to the second boss monster and save the people of Fillmore who have worked so hard to free themselves. And of course, your second boss monster is going to be more difficult than the first monster until you learn the patterns. Back in the day, platformers and games in general were all about patterns. You could be just about anything once you learned how something moved and acted. Of course, right now, I'm just fudging everything up just because basically I'm not going to sit here and try to dodge everything. I'll run into him. I'll hit axes he throws. I don't care. Yeah, I'll jump back into axes. Doesn't matter. I still owned his face. Look at that. And see the background there? That's another thing that Super Nintendo excelled at. Which nowadays looks like complete, you know, another crap comparatively to what they can pull off now. But, yeah, back in the day, that was the shit. Let's go back up here and see our handiwork. It's unexpected, but they've said things to me the whole time. Oh, and we lost somebody. Do you see that? There's death and tragedy in the game as well. So the game is a complete package, if you ask me personally. And personally, I enjoy playing this game. I'll admit it right now. I loved playing when I was filming this, and you can see, oh, the people are saluting me. Oh, there's a parade for me. And we're still building, and we're still doing everything, and it's still going on. This is crazy. This game is crazy. And look, they're building mansions and everything. I can't handle this anymore.